Like the no resist thing is fucking insane. For mapping. Looks fun.
First one's ire. You will pay for that.
How are you not face changing, bro? What are you fucking doing? He instantly does that.
You are
That's messed up. Ah, he's dead.
tooth and claw.
Okay, dude. That was kind of funny.
Under the moon.
Hey guys, what is going on? KingKongor here with a build update for the Mjolnir Calamity, whatever you want to call it. A big fat Mjolnir build. That will stick. This is probably the last update on this because Petafexo 1 is coming soon with a new patch, so I'm gonna be playing that. Probably will have some videos or stuff about Petafexo 1 as well in the near future. I don't know yet. But yeah. So this is the final form of this build, only with 3 rares left. Everything else is unique. But with the patch that we just had, 0.2.1, prices of almost every single item that I have equipped went down by more than 50%, except for Headhunter. Kind of maintained its price because it got like 3 times stronger. But yeah, for this build, I am using Coming Calamity. It's really good because it gives you all heralds without needing to use the spirit. So it's basically 90 spirit for free, which is really great. If you want to not use these heralds, then you can still go for a Morior with attributes, resistances, and spirit ideally, but those are very pricey. This is actually a cheaper alternative, and ideally you want to have level 19s on it. More about the gear in a bit. Let's first actually just look at everything. You should see some gameplay playing in the video. It's absolutely melting maps. It's absolutely melting bosses. Bosses is basically unchanged, so it is mostly your mapping that is smoother this way and should be more tanky because you're using a shield. And this shield is actually cheap as hell as well now. And this is a massive damage increase, so I absolutely recommend it. Ideally, you want to have one with 33% block chance. But I'll get more in depth about the gear in a bit. Let's actually just look at all of the skills first. And there is a bug with Coming Calamity, so you can only put 3 in Herald of Ice. If you put a 4th one, you'll get a weird bug. Your chest will disappear until you relog. So just keep 3 in Herald of Ice. Doesn't matter. Herald of Ice, not that important. It's just a filler, really. It doesn't really proc that often. But yeah, Herald of Ash, Fire Mastery, Persistence, Archimony. It's kind of whatever. Herald of Ash on its own is already pretty decent, so it's just whatever. Herald of Thunder is important, however, because this procs all the time. You want to have Lightning Infusion, Primal Armament, Innervate, and Elemental Focus. And on your Mjolnir, you want to have Lightning Warp, Voltaic Mark, together with Impetus and Energy Retention. You can also go double Lightning Warp if you want to warp a bit more. It's up to you. I just like the damage from Voltaic Mark, so it's nice. On my Mace Strikes and Ray Shield, I have nothing because I never use it. Earthquake, this is going to be your main spender. That's what I'm doing here. You can see here you want to have Reach, Swift Affliction, Magnified Effect, Execute, and Martial Tempo. So just lots of AoE and, you know, strong damage. And Execute because of the Deepest Tower. Ancestral Warrior, this is your single target. So Rolling Slam, Concentrated Effect, Heft, Close Combat, and Heavy Swing. And when you are actually doing a Pinnacle boss, you will not be earthquaking your Pinnacle boss. You're going to move Execute here, and you're going to move Martial Tempo here into the actual Rolling Slam that you'll be doing yourself. So it's both the totem and you doing a Rolling Slam. And on your own personal Rolling Slam, you'll have Fist of War, Aftershock, Execute, Brutality, and Martial Tempo. And after you're done with the boss, just move those 2 back up to Earthquake. Infernal Cry, use this whenever. Enraged War Cry, Premeditation, Ingenuity, Second Wind, Murderous Intent. Second Wind is optional, up to you. Orb of Storms. This is also for pinnacle bosses. You just put that on the ground. Here we have Font of Rage and a Font of Blood. And that's just to up your rage. But yeah, it falls off pretty quick, so you just gotta spam it. And then once the boss is attackable, you'll just start attacking the boss. Leap Slam, just to get out of dicey situation. I didn't put anything there yet, but you can put... what is that thing called? Whenever you land, you have concentrated effect. And not concentrated effect. It's like the holy floor stuff that heals you. So just put that there. I only just put it on there just now, and I forgot to add any stuff to it. Because we have all the free stuff from Coming Calamity, I actually took out the Quadrilla, but the Quadrilla is back because it also makes you a bit more tanky, just a little bit. So see it as some damage reduction, and I like to have the what is it? The hasted aura, the haste aura. Sorry, not hasted. I said that wrong the last video. Haste aura gives me a lot of attack speed and move speed. Super nice. Together with supports of Elemental Army, Last Grasp, so he stays alive for 4 seconds, even when he died. Minion Mastery, Meat Shield, this is like nice DR, and Life Drain. That's it. That's what I'm using right now. Time of Need, this is a really important one. You have to have this, because you can see I turned it off for the sake of the video, but this should always be on. And if you're gonna ask what is this back, that is a talent point, the Louis Titon. I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, this is constantly spamming, and they changed the curses such as Temporal Chains. Temporal Chains in a map is now a curse that's being cast here and there. Every time this flashes, it removes all curses. So Temporal Chains doesn't exist for us. Doesn't exist. It's been cast on you, and it's gone. Cast on you, and it's gone. Cast on you, and it's gone. It's insane. I'm gonna turn it off because it's an annoying sound that I don't want to listen to during the video. So on this one, fast forward, you know, faster, and cannibalism. Whenever you kill anything, you heal yourself for 5% HP, 2%, sorry. And overwhelming presence, because we're using a lot of presence stuff. Here, enemies in your presence have no elemental resistance. Enemies in your presence count as being on low life. Stuff like that. So you want to have that. It's just useful, especially since, you know, they have no elemental resistance and all that. So that's all the skills. Now, what items do I use? So I use Mjolnir. You want to have 2 sockets on your Mjolnir, and I have tested a lot, and I think these 2 runes work best. So you want to go for Rule's Rune of the Hunt. That gives 50% attack damage against very unique enemies. I used to have attack speed in here. But after removing that attack speed, because our attack speed is already pretty fast, the basically double damage against rare and unique enemies made a massive difference for mapping. So I really like that. The Deepest Tower is just so that everything that is near me in my presence, and you can see your presence if you hold Alt and then you mouse over. You see that green circle? Everything on your screen that goes in that green circle is in your presence. So will count as low life. This one's absolutely insane. Same for this. Chest, obviously, you want to have 3 sockets on here. Oh, you want to have Spirit on this one. A little pricey, but it's worth it. The more, the better. I went for 29 because 30 was way more pricey than 29. Here you just want to get, you know, all the elemental resistances. And yeah, having enemies to have no elemental resistances at all in your presence is super useful when, you know, doing all that elemental damage. Rings, you just want to have a lot of elemental resistances, strength, life, ideally cold damage to help you proc Herald of Ice. I do have some cold damage on this one and a lot of stats. This is probably the most expensive item together with the Mjolnir. Mjolnir, I got really lucky. Couple Divines and a Val Slam, and boom, there you go. So yeah, good luck. But it doesn't have to be that good for the build to work, obviously. You just need a Mjolnir and you'll start melting stuff. Yeah, just get a good ring. Ideally, I would have wanted the life instead of rarity, but rarity is nice to have. I mean, more stuff. Astramentis is somewhat affordable now, so might as well buy it. I mean, affordable, I'm saying, It's still 30D. It used to be 100 plus. So I feel less bad showing an Instrumentus now. I mean, this is like the final build update, right? So this is all the end game stuff. And the shield, Chernobog also got way cheaper. It's about 5D now. Used to be like 60. So, I mean, these items are dropping a lot more now. So it's really good. Ideally on this one, you want to have as much block chance as possible. If you have a lot of block chance, you can get out of glancing blows. Then you basically save 5 points and you'll be 10 times more tanky. But yeah, with a lot of block chance, these get very pricey. But still, the more block chance, the better, guys. Boots, you want to have 2 sockets, or you want to have 1 socket and 5% movement speed. But yeah, lots of resistances again, life, movement speed, whatever you need to help you cap your resistances. And if you still need to cap your resistances, for me it was cold, just put it in your sockets. Headhunter, massively buffed, 200% buff from 20 seconds to 60. This is actually really fun now. Headhunter buffs are insane. So yeah, if you can get a Headhunter, get a Headhunter. And gloves, absolutely mandatory, because we sadly are still like, if you're never gonna do pinnacle bosses, then you don't need these gloves. And then you can go for Hands of Wisdom in action with +1 level to all melee skills and then some attack speed on them. It will just make you a lot faster. But if you are using Giant's Blood, so you're still using like the two-handers to kill pinnacle bosses, it's literally just for pinnacle bosses. If you don't want to do pinnacle bosses, you can use Hands of Wisdom. But if you do want to do pinnacle bosses, then Jarn Griper, the Ringmail Gauntlets, strength can satisfy other attribute requirements of melee weapons and melee skills. So super nice, very strong. I have one with 2 sockets. Ideally, you want to have plus skill. I can't afford that. I'm poor. I do my best. And yeah, so that's all that gear. And then charms, you want to go for cannot become frozen, cannot become stunned. And when you're affected by slow, you get onslaught. The fall of the axe, super good. So yeah, that's all the gear. Let's look at the passive tree. And this passive tree is crazy because it goes from here all the way here. But let's start at the beginning. So this is the Louis Titon. Gives you that extra inventory. You want to go for Hulking Form, super strong. Earthbreaker for that, aftershock chance. And, we don't want to die. So 15% more life. Get the Brutal for the strength. You can go for AoE. I spec'd out of it because I went for Presence over here. So I only just took that out. I might actually get rid of this at one point as well. There should be a level 99 or level 100 planner on Mobalytics. And there will also be a POB on the Mobalytics if you're higher level than me. Like I am currently level 93. But yeah, you want to go, and most important, you want to take all the reduced skill effect duration. This is the most important. Otherwise the build does not work. So you want to go for that one and Forthcoming, these 3. Those are absolutely mandatory. Without it doesn't work. You want to go for the presence because this makes the presence bigger. If you don't have these 4, then your presence will be very small. You're going for all the AoE. This is on weapon set 1, by the way. Weapon set 2 is for pinnacle bosses. It's all the totem damage. And then you're going for blood magic. You want to go for Split the Earth and Aftershock stuff. You want to go for all the strength. Giant's Blood only if you want to kill pinnacle bosses. Resolute Technique. Absolutely have to get it. I've tried to play without it. It sucks. So yeah, just get it. It's good. It's worth it. More totem pinnacle stuff. And you want to get From Nothing Unwavering Stance. From Nothing is a jewel. It is right here, From Nothing. And it allows you to get a finality and the other 2. This is massive damage. 45%, 45, and 120%. And then you go further down here. More totem stuff. And currently I am taking Glancing Blows. But if I will have a better shield, then I'll take Glancing Blows out. And then I'll just put these 5 points in normal block chance stuff. Again, more low life stuff. Super powerful. You want to get these 2 as well if you're higher level. And because we're using a shield, you go for Lay Siege. If you don't go for glancing blows, go on the right side. If you do have glancing blows, then go on the left side for the more damage. But here would be more block chance, We're on the shields, so weapon set 1. We're gonna go for offensive stance. So from the shield alone, 150% damage, and here another 1% fire damage per 1% chance to block, which is insane. It's another 75. More totems for the pinnacle bosses, and all the way up here for the sockets and obviously forthcoming. Yeah, that's basically the build. Anoint, really nice. Acceleration, really good to have. Jewels, I go for polymathy. Polymathy with anything good is great. You're constantly kind of battling with stats, so the more strength, the more dex, the more int you have, the better. As you can see. Oh, this one's wrong. Wow, I've had a wrong one all this time. I didn't give it back to my friend. Let me actually change. That's fun, dude. I'm making videos and finding mistakes. I am gonna take this one. 20% increased damage. Well, that goes in there. But yeah, you want to get some lightning damage, attack speed, get some damage against rare and uniques. It's really good. This is Pog. So that's what I have for the green gems. I have the From Nothing Unwavering stance. Another green one, as you can see here, with strength on it as well. Attack speed, elemental damage, or lightning damage. Damage against uniques and rares. Here again, this time with int. And I got one red gem because I want to have one rage on hits. And because we're hitting so fast, we build up rage really quick. So it's really nice. I got some global physical damage, elemental damage, and weapon swap speed. You can take whatever, as long as you get some rage on hit. So that's what I currently have. That is the build. I hope you enjoy it. If you have questions, you can find me on Twitch. It doesn't matter if I play PetFXL 1 or 2. You can always ask me about the builds that I make video about, and I'll try and answer them as good as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Peace out.